Surveillance cameras capture things every day that go unnoticed by others. Chance encounters, unexpected reactions, and moments that can't be planned. Watch our new episode till the end to see the funniest and most remarkable situations caught on camera. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new and exciting episodes. A split second, and things could have gone very differently. Fortunately, no one was hurt. One moment, and a peaceful evening outdoors was over, a snake fell from a tree and caused real chaos. Nothing foreshadowed danger until lightning chose this street as its target. It's not every day you find a bear waiting at the door. In moments like this, instincts work faster than thoughts. The raccoon clearly expected an easy raid, but missed one thing: this house is already under protection. The treadmill may not have been the most necessary equipment. Strength training should have come first. No ice, no balance either. Sometimes trying to help only makes things worse. There was no mistake or accident here. Nature itself made a decision and forced these travelers to rethink their route.
There's a bear right here face to face with me.
Get out of there! What the? Whoa!
This bear is definitely not one for formalities or waiting for an invitation. The car appreciated his effort, but decided to go on without him. The plan was simple: reach the car. Reality made some adjustments. The collision looked dangerous, but this time it ended without serious injuries. Even those who enforce orders sometimes fail to notice their own mistakes. No warning, just a flash, a strike, and a moment she'll definitely never forget. Passed the test with an adult, should definitely handle it with a child. Emergency situation, first record, then rescue. The scooter quickly realized how this might end and chose to drive away. Glass once again proved it's see-through, but not walk-through.
Hey, how you doing today?
The squirrel picked the perfect moment to break into the house, unintentionally turning the courier into an accomplice in its crime.
Hey, how you doing today? Good. Oh my God!
This lawnmower didn't break, it just made a dramatic retirement. The classic cats versus dogs rivalry looks a bit different when a leopard enters the frame. In India, street dogs sometimes face much more serious opponents. A wild boar bursts into a yard like boundaries don't exist, and that's especially dangerous because it doesn't stop for anything in its way. While the owner was getting ready, the cat quietly settled into the bag and pretended it was all part of the plan. Looks like nature itself is hinting to drivers that their plans for the day may need a revision. One wrong calculation and the situation spirals out of control. None of the residents expected guests late at night, especially not a deer. Its sudden visit instantly turned the house into the center of chaos.
Go, go, go. Go, go, come on, come on.
Looks like he overestimated the strength of the windshield and underestimated the laws of physics. In Vietnam, uninvited guests are no longer just a surprise, they're a threat. Despite the deadly danger, the girl stood up for her dog and chased the puma out of the yard. The girls seemed to have the tool under control, but as it turned out, there's still room for some improvement.
Me.
When an earthquake begins, instincts take over. Everyone runs to where they think there's a chance to be safe. This is what happens when you park in the wrong place at the wrong time. No matter how carefully you drive, it's impossible to be fully protected from situations like this. Looks like cats have found the perfect way to travel for free, jump in, and let fate decide the rest. The dog was convinced if you want it badly enough, it's allowed.
What a twist! Haven't you expected to see this either, have you?
The camera captured the moment when an ordinary yard turned into an emergency zone. One wrong step, and the situation suddenly spirals out of control. But he's a pro for a reason, managed to stay on his feet.
Yeah, I gotta spread it.
Sometimes the camera records not incidents, but moments that definitely weren't meant for viewers. One careless step, and the ground is gone from under your feet.
Oh, you are joking there!
Without this footage, their story of such a spectacular fall would have sounded unbelievable. He deserves applause and stage lights, but for now, it's delivery and dancing on the job. They warn you about a lot of things in driving school, but not this. It seemed like a regular drive-through, but one wrong move triggered a chain reaction. It might not be a racetrack, but zoning out while operating machinery is still a bad idea. Doesn't look like the dogs are ready to welcome modern technology with open paws. He was looking at his phone when he should have been watching his step and his surroundings. Fear canceled, laughter guaranteed. This filming enthusiasm is understandable. You don't see such an athletic cat every day. The most important thing, the elevator was empty during the crash. He hasn't realized yet that he's not getting out of here easily. This group clearly expects lunch, and they're not backing down. Sometimes moms have 100 things on their minds at once, and even the most obvious things can slip through.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
He just approached someone else's house. The dogs took that as a signal to chase.
Frog is on the door.
She didn't know that in a second, her encounter with the toad would reach a whole new level. Habit turns work into routine, and risk invisible. When tonnage, size, and calculation come together, obstacles simply disappear. These clips clearly show how chance decides everything.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
An ordinary parking lot, an ordinary evening, and a sudden impact revealing just how fragile urban safety really is. A loss of control, or a personal vendetta against parked scooters. Sometimes the road doesn't forgive even the smallest of miscalculations. When he wanted to add a bit of fire and got way more than expected. One missed moment, and instead of braking, the car kept moving. Fortunately, no one was hurt. They say your whole life flashes before your eyes in moments like this. Looks like that's true. Judging by what happened, he probably only knew heavy equipment in theory. This road wasn't ready for that kind of pressure. The plan was simple, but the wheel had its own ideas. He found a new way to unload. Management did not approve. The snake startled him so badly, his body reacted before his brain did. One look at the dog and the route changed instantly. The ending? A hard landing. The police acted swiftly and precisely, an arrest right outside the house, not something you see every day. The camera caught the moment when family humor went a bit too far. Turns out burglars aren't the biggest threat on this street. The driver miscalculated the maneuver from outside, and the pole took a hit. While he was clearing snow, the car decided it no longer needed a driver. The girl tried so hard to get the perfect shot, she focused too much on her phone and missed the main thing. The car pulling up to the house gave her quite a scare. A second later, she realized it was just the delivery guy.
There are things that are absolutely impossible to believe, and how could this even happen?
The driver should have been a bit more careful, and it's safe to say the pole didn't appreciate his confidence. The plan was simple, but something clearly went wrong in execution. Yes, the prank worked, but it'll be a while before that woman's heart rate returns to normal. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary until the plane suddenly decided on an unplanned close encounter with a truck. One of those cases when the urge to help almost turned into a disaster for the hero himself.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
The girl found herself in a difficult situation, but thankfully there were people nearby who immediately stepped in to protect her. The child darted into the road, but the father's reaction was faster than any danger. The child didn't notice they were riding onto the road, but luckily an adult was nearby and stepped in just in time. Sometimes all it takes is a single second. By some miracle, the adults managed to stop the child before they made a dangerous move. Without a moment's hesitation, the woman stood up to protect her pet, putting herself in harm's way.
And we're moving on at the speed of light. All the most interesting things are still ahead.
He didn't panic and fought off the robbers in a pretty original way, too. The child ran right in front of moving cars, but the drivers were able to react in time and stop. As soon as the stroller rolled toward the road, passers-by reacted instantly and prevented a tragedy. The world truly runs on people like this. No one doubts that raccoons are mischief makers, but this prank? Few saw that coming. One wrong angle, a little too much gas, and the neighboring car ends up in the epicenter of someone else's mistake. Surveillance cameras don't seek out drama, they simply record facts. And sometimes, it's in these recordings that the most unsettling moments are found. There turned out to be an unexpected obstacle between him and the counter. Sometimes the biggest scare isn't danger, it's a surprise out of nowhere. These cats survived an earthquake just a few days ago. Now even a slight vibration makes them tense up. The delivery was complete, but at that moment she thought the house security guard was heading right for her and not to say hi.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You open.
It's okay. They're friendly.
An innocent poolside game ended exactly the way you'd expect. We rarely think about how surveillance cameras see us, but the image left on the recording doesn't always match our expectations. Fatigue won, but the moment of peace didn't last long. This guy knows how to fix his mistakes, especially the ones that could have easily been avoided from the start.
I just folded over.
Here's what happens to a camera when it suddenly becomes a dog's new toy.
No.